Welcome back. I got two more picks to share with you. Minnesota with 225 got Kenny. The Titans got Cole McDonald with 224, quarterback from Hawaii. 225 Minnesota got Kenny Wilkes, defensive end Michigan. Chicago with 226, 227. The 226 got Arlington Hambright, offensive tackle Colorado, and 227 for Chicago, Lashivas Simmons, offensive tackle Tennessee State. Now the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock, and we're waiting for that pick to come in on the screen. And I think they're going to go with a linebacker. I think they are. So we have to wait and see. And I think they need a linebacker to really help out the offense, to help out the defense. So we're going to wait and see.
2 years ago against Oregon State. He's elusive. He's got some power. He's a tremendous athlete. Got a 39 vertical.
Pick is in, and
got like 4, 5, 6, but had a 41 vertical. It's explosiveness, and Benjamin has that.
we'll see the selection right now. Sterling Hofficher, kicker Syracuse. Sterling Hofficher.
He routinely hauls in off-target throws. So Kyler Murray doesn't be perfect, but he'll catch the football. He'll do damage after the catch. Love this pick for the Arizona Cardinals. Kingsbury and Murray.
Sure.
Weapon on offense that will do it all.
Kicker.
He'll give you a great attitude and a great approach to the game.
And now the Washington Redskins are on the clock.
So there is the pad that has swept the
But getting back, the Browns have had a great draft. They really made some great moves, and so I really think. But I really think that this is one of those drafts where everybody's. This has been a great experience, just doing it virtually and remotely. It's been a great experience for everybody, and everybody's enjoyed it. And it's just been a lot of fun, and we're.
Stay with us. Lots more coming as Eno Benjamin stays in the state of Arizona.
And yes, Eno Benjamin stays in the state of Arizona, and he's going to put up, I think, some big numbers with the Arizona Cardinals. We're waiting for the Redskins pick to come in on the clock. Syracuse, yeah.
Which is why, if you need a vehicle, we're offering special.
And we're waiting for Washington's pick to come in on the clock on the screen. And I think the Redskins, I feel, for this time, are going to go with. I think they're going to go with a. I think they are going to go with a running back. I think. I might be wrong, or an edge. I might be wrong. You never know. But stick around. You're gonna just find out whether I'm right or wrong. And I like the Browns picks, and I like what they did in free agency. I like what they did at the combine. And Barry and Stefanski have just done a fantastic job. I give them a lot of credit, and I think they're gonna really be training these guys in mini camp and training camp. Come June and July, and I think they're going to get some playtime in the preseason, and I think they're going to have a good chance to really make the 53-man roster. And we're still waiting for Washington's pick to come in. They're still on the clock. It's 229th pick in the draft. So we're getting into the middle stretch of the round number 7. The final round of the draft, and Washington's pick is in, and we're almost into the 6th hour of the NFL draft. And it's 4 minutes before 6, and it's a selection for Washington, and they take James Smith-Williams, defensive end, NC State from North Carolina State. That's a good pick. I had a feeling that we're going to need a defensive end. James Smith-Williams, defensive end, NC State. James Smith-Williams. And I think they needed to get a defensive end, and I think they picked a good one from NC State. So now we're up to the New England Patriots are now on the clock with the 230th pick, waiting for the draft to come back on the screen. But I really think this has been one of those drafts where everybody's had a lot of fun and enjoyed it, and I just feel this is really one of those drafts where everybody has enjoyed. And I just really, feel this was a lot of fun. And this draft's been a lot of fun. And this was a lot of fun, and I just really feel this is one that I'm not. This one I won't forget. And this is one of those drafts where everybody has enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm sorry for the little delay there. We're waiting for New England's pick to come in on the clock. And New England's pick is in, and we're waiting for that to come up on the screen. Because it's the 230th pick. And I think they're going to go with a... I think they're going to go with a guard. I think I may be wrong, but I think they're going to go with a guard this time. But we were waiting for the pick to come in on the screen. We are now into the 6 o'clock hour, the 6th hour of day 3 NFL draft. New England's pick is in. They take Dustin Woodward, center of Memphis. That's a good pick. Dustin Woodward, center of from Minnesota.
And I see this kid up there that's got a real live arm, a real strong arm. I didn't know who the heck it was because I was looking for the dreadlocks. If it was the Hawaii kid, he'd already cut his hair. But he's got this dip-rip delivery where the ball kind of drops down a little bit.
That's a good one. And I think they needed a center. Now the Dallas Cowboys are back on the clock, and the pick is in.
This guy's got a big, powerful...
We're waiting for that to come up on the screen.
An unbelievable athlete. He ran 4.58.
And we'll get that hopefully in just a moment. And I think Dallas needs to take an offensive lineman, I think. So we're going to wait and see what happens. And this is one of those drafts. I just really feel like Dallas needs to take an offensive lineman. Because they want to get back to, I think they're going to want to get back to the playoffs and go further in the playoffs. But we'll see. But do they hold on to Dak Prescott? That's the other question. There, and I'm waiting for that to come in, and we're waiting for that pick to come in. So we're waiting for that pick to come in on the screen here. Oh wait, Memphis, excuse me, I made a mistake. Yeah, Dustin Woodward, center out of Memphis. And the pick is in for Dallas. It's a Ben DiNucci, quarterback, James Madison. I think that's a good move to have a backup quarterback. Ben DiNucci.
In 2018, he had 10.5 sacks this past year. When he does, he anticipates that snap. He wants to beat that offensive
quarterback.
A decent amount of time. You see it there as well.
Quarterback James Madison.
Coming off the edge. Now, will the NFL be too much for him when it's going against the best offensive tackles in the world? Maybe, but it's the kind of guy you don't want to.
And now the Pittsburgh Steelers are back on the clock for the 232nd pick, and I think I think Pittsburgh is going to go with a guard this time. They need a, or no, I think they're going to go with a defensive end. We'll see. I might be wrong. Disregard what I said about going with a guard. They're going to go with a defensive end. Maybe wrong. Well, we'll see.
As we continue to work our way through the 7th round here, we like to
we're in the middle stretch of this.
and how he's gone from a
Oh, excuse me.
But we also like to celebrate those people who have had long and illustrious careers, not only in football on the field, but in football in the draft.
Yeah, and
Chris Mortensen, the inside.
Let's buckle up for some surprises here, Boomer. New York Jets are on the phone with the New York Jets.
And we are celebrating some of the reporters who have had careers in football in the draft.
You do not like a lot of face of me.
And people who have it, and coaches. And Pittsburgh Spectators come in. Here's the selection.
9,000th NFL draft.
Carlos Davis, defensive tackle, Nebraska. I think Pittsburgh needed a defensive tackle. Carlos Davis, defensive tackle, Nebraska. That was a good choice for Pittsburgh to take that. Carlos Davis.
Analyst Chris Mortensen.
What did they offer? I don't know the offer, but do you think it was significant?
And I think Pittsburgh needed that because they were lacking that last year. And the defensive tackle they had just did not. He did a fair job, but it wasn't the greatest. But I think that's what they needed. Now the Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock for the 233rd pick in the draft.
Hey, happy 30th draft, Chris Mortensen. Congratulations.
Well, you blindsided me with that one, that's for sure.
And,
Boomer's a taxi driver.
I really think
reporting, but certainly
this time I think Philadelphia is going to go with a.
Fred Godelli, you know,
I think an offensive lineman they're going to go with this time. And I really think that's what it's going to be. And I may be wrong, you never know. We'll have to wait and see. And I really.
It's caught me off guard. My hair's a little different.
And this is my third year. I want to just wish my YouTube channel is now 3 years old, and this is my third year doing the NFL draft podcast continuously, and I'm just going to celebrate that wholeheartedly. But I think this is one draft that everybody's having a lot of fun with. But I think they're going to go with an offensive lineman. I think that's my
Since 1997.
I guess I may be wrong. You never know. We'll have to wait and see.
As I was a college kid back in 99 or 2000.
And so we're going to wait and see. And I really feel
set off to the side of the stage and answer your phone.
Philadelphia has some areas where they struggled last season, and that's why I feel that they need an offensive lineman. So we'll see who they take with this pick. And the pick is in. Hopefully, I'm waiting for it to come up on the screen in just a few moments.
I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today if it wasn't for Chris
and
Mortensen. He's opened every door for me in my professional career. So.
And here comes the selection right now. And we'll see who the Eagles have taken in this draft. They're taking Casey Toohill, offensive linebacker, Stanford. Casey Toohill, offensive linebacker, Stanford. And I think that's a good move because they need an offensive linebacker. I was wrong, and I don't mind that I was wrong. They need an offensive linebacker, and that's going to help out the offense. Offensive front. And he put up a lot. Casey Toohill put up a lot of big numbers with Stanford. I've got a couple of minutes left in this draft. The LA Rams are back on the clock for the 234th pick in the draft.
And so are you. We're happy to be continuing to work with you. Here's to 30 more, my friend.
So, and I think they're going to go with a. I think I'm going to say offensive lineman for them. So we'll see what they go with. They're on the clock right now, and I really think they're going to go with a offensive lineman. So we'll see, but they need that because they had some areas where they struggled, but they were in the playoffs but got eliminated early. But I think they're going to want to go further again this year, and they would like to make it back to Super Bowl. We'll have to see on that. I think they're going to go with an offensive lineman. We'll see. So we're waiting for the pick to come in. It's on the clock. I've only got a minute left in this segment, so we'll stay right there. I'll be right back with more NFL Draft. Stay